Wolf Bride, Chapter 10, Primal Magic. You lock eyes with Bastien, who has emerged from the woods near Uncle Zane's house. The scent of him washes over you, overwhelming every other sense, drawing you to him. Bastien, I've come to bring you home. With the word, everything crashes over you again. The battle at Morgan's cabin, Sayri's arrival, the stark ruins of what the pack did to Morgan's childhood home. Bastien makes it sound so easy, so natural, but can home ever really mean the den in the woods? Bastien, I'm not going with you. I'm human, and I want to stay that way. I will not force you to remain with me, but I also cannot let you leave without showing you what is possible. You must know the extent of what you are refusing. I've seen plenty these last few days, but not what is most important. I have a theory. Allow me to show you, please. You both turn, startled. As Zane emerges from his front door, he hurries over, both eager and intimidated by Bastien. Bastien, you're here to take Celine back, then? I am. Maybe ask me that, because I'm not going. Zane's eyes shift nervously to Bastien. Of course you'll go. It's your duty. You don't get to tell me what to do anymore than he does. I'm sorry, this is just what her mother got, like... You... never bothered to think what she was running from. Did you even ever consider that maybe you were part of what she wanted to get away from? Zane looks stricken, but falls back as Bastien speaks. Naomi believes you have a deep connection to the primal magic, Celine. She has witnessed the earth respond to you as a speaker, like no wolfkin she's ever known. He's offering you magic, Celine. A place in the pack. Why would you turn that down? How many times do I have to say it for it to get through to your thick skulls? I'm sorry, Celine, but this is for the best, you'll see. And without another word, Zane turns away from you and walks back into the house. And just like that, you're on your own. Bastien's eyes are steely, and you can sense his immovable will. You will see what I must show you, Celine. Will you come freely, or must I carry you? You can try, but I'm gonna whoop that ass. I will fight you every step. He shrugs implacably as you turn from him. He grabs you from behind and throws you casually over his shoulder. Let me go! You struggle in his iron grip, feeling his arms close even tighter the more you fight back. A rush of supernatural strength fuels your blows, and you can feel him stagger beneath him, but all he does is smile more fiercely. That is more than human strength, Celine. You cannot deny your connection to the primal magic. That's... He's making a point. Knowing he's right, but not ready to admit it, you keep struggling, hoping you'll at least leave some bruises. He strides. They never slow, and soon you have left Zane's house behind. To your surprise, Bastien doesn't take you back to the pack. Instead, you head deeper into the forest, away from everything familiar. Finally, he sets you on your feet. You waver, looking for where to run. Remembering the gun Morgan gave you, you brandish it at Bastien. I have had enough of this. Let me go now. You will not shoot me, Celine. What makes you so sure? Faster than your eyes can follow, he snatches the gun from your hands. Because I will not let you. We need a chance to get to know one another. You and I, alone, without Jet, without Isabel, without anyone from SEP interfering. I don't need to know you. But you need to know yourself. The power inside of you. Your connection to the primal magic. Whatever happens between us. You can feel the effort it takes for him to keep his voice level. You are more human. More than human, Celine. You must have a chance to reach the primal magic to see what you are, without the human world holding you back. You can feel the tingle of the magic around you inside you, and no, you can't deny it. He steps closer, tracing a path down your shoulders, and take your hands in his, half caress, half plea. This is your birthright, Celine. Let me give it back to you. I feel... no, just furious. Your eyes dart to your surroundings, finding nothing to help you escape him. Just let me go. You face Bastien, who crosses his arms calmly. No, not until you had a chance to see what you're trying to run from. I have seen your response to the primal magic, Celine. The connection you have is far stronger than most wolfkin. I believe you may be someone so rare that most of us don't believe they exist, a wolfkin who becomes a full werewolf. Me, a werewolf. This is a very precious gift, Celine. Mating between two werewolves cannot produce young, and those between werewolf and wolfkin are inherently unequal. Wolfkin are human, and no human. No one without the power to shift can ever truly become one of the pack. But you think I can? If I am right, you are a true wolf bride, a once-in-a-generation wolfkin woman who can shift and still bear young. I am not having your children. Then we will not speak of that, but you cannot turn away from what you are. He just jumps in on you, you know? Just, want my kids! Wolfkin who show werewolf abilities usually say they come out under stress, often when they feel in danger. Well, I seem to be getting in plenty of that. I thought perhaps I should spar with you to see if any new abilities emerge. Really? You want to fight me? Yes. I would like the chance to inflict a little payback. Oh no. Werewolf healing. Bastien leads you to a small clearing and put your fists up in response. Let's go, Wolfman. You circle each other. Bastien stalks you with a careful grace, seemingly waiting for you to make the first move. He almost smirks. Your heart races in anticipation, but Bastien is calm. You can sense the pleasure he draws from the game. Fight defensively. Are we fighting or dancing? Come on, big man. Are you scared? You hang back carefully, watching his elbows the way you were taught in self-defense class a long time ago, waiting for him to make the first move, which he does, a sudden rush. Come on, I know you want to hit me. Oh, I definitely want to hit you. Heart pumping, you draw back your arm and strike. I thought we were supposed to wait defensively. Duh. Bastien dodges you easily after the illusion of choice, and then knocks you back with equal force. You land hard in the grass, wind knocked out of you. Is that all you've got, little wolf? You... With a surge of anger, you grit your teeth and lunge for him, hoping to catch him by surprise. You succeed to knock him off balance, but he quickly frees himself from the tangle of your arms. Now we're getting somewhere. Without warning, Bastien transforms into his Primal form, growing huge and bestial. Well, isn't that cheating? That's cheating. Yep, literally. Through your bond, you can sense his animal hunger, his prowess, strength, and the depth of the primal power without him. You can't expect me to fight you like that. He doesn't answer, but comes after you snarling. All racing, you scramble backwards, but he's faster. He raises a clawed hand and swipes it across your shoulder. You clutch the injury, your skin on fire, and your hand comes away stained with blood. What the hell was that? Okay, well, this is like the typical, signs of domestic everything. You hiss between your teeth, and a surge of power courses over you, taking the pain away. Oh, that feels better now. What did you... As you watch the cuts close beneath your fingers, leaving nothing but healthy skin, he quickly shrinks back to human form, a grin blazing on his face. I knew it! Werewolves can heal that quickly, but never wolf can. You mean humans? A slow, proud smile crosses his face as he looks up at you. Your inner wolf is awakening. I'm human, Bastien, not a wolf. You may deny it, but the evidence is right in front of your eyes. You glower, wondering if the offer to hit him is still valid. You won't do it. You won't fucking do it. You won't sock this man in his jaw. I guess I can't turn down something that might save my life. You required werewolf healing. Just so many odd chapters before we're done. No wolfkin in living memory has ever been allowed to see the heart of the primal magic. But if there is a true wolf inside you, we must reach further into the source. Let's not and say we did. Bastien leads you deeper into the forest until you come to a clearing where a beautiful waterfall barely disguises the entrance to a cave. That's pretty. The heart of primal magic lies within. No one who is not of the pack is ever permitted here. You can feel the harsh, rapid beat of Bastien's heart through the air that separates you. The bond echoes with his emotions, deep reverence for whatever lies inside, concern for what the pack would think if they know he brought you here. Probably why he didn't take you back to the pack. A desperate hope that you will see something inside, something that will bring you back to him. Despite your anger, despite everything, he still wants you. What do I have to do? Should it be rid of you? Lulu. Oh, cool. Cave drawings. Somehow, against your better judgment, you find yourself walking naked in the cave, with nothing to protect you except some hallucinogenic herbal concoction Bastien made for you. Seriously walked into a cave, girl? His words echo in your mind. Drink this when you reach the center. It will open your mind to visions from the primal magic. Around you, the cave itself seems to vibrate with his words, though you know his voice was only in your thoughts. Magic, magic, magic. Here goes nothing. As soon as the bitter brew touches your tongue, you can feel it start to work. Your eyes grow heavy, blurry, and finally close. You jerk awake to see your parents watching you sadly in the living room of the apartment where you grew up. Celine. A sweet girl. Dad, Mom, I'm sorry. I know this isn't what you wanted for me. I only ever wanted to give you choices, Celine. Choices I never had. I wish you had told me the truth. Why did you hide all this from me? Why didn't you tell me I wasn't human? Your mother's voice is only an echo. Human. Whatever choice you make, Celine, you need to be brave. Will you be brave for me? I will, Dad. Did Mom ever tell you about this? About any of it? But he is already fading, his image dissolving in a smoke. And then the visions of your old boyfriend start fading in and out. We weren't right for each other. We grew apart after college. I was not sure what I wanted. Decide soon. Time is short. Like, college is like one of the worst times to date, I'm serious. Then you're alone in the woods, walking a path that soon divides into two. One is paved, the trees orderly and pruned, it leads back to town. The other is overgrown, hardly a path at all, darkly shaded by a thick canopy and thorny vines, it leads deeper into the woods. Do I have to make a choice? Your own voice echoes around you. Choice. Ah, well, if you guys watch me at all on Twitch, you know what I'm gonna go with. The woods. You brave the wild woods, a thrill going through you at the limitless possibilities ahead. I belong here. Ahead of you on the path are several shadowy figures. You approach the first, and the image shimmers and clears into Uncle Zane. I'm sorry, Celine. I was jealous of your importance to the pack. I let Bastien take you. I didn't warn you about what was coming. Can you ever forgive me? I will never forgive you. If you were really sorry, you wouldn't keep throwing me into the wolves, literally and figuratively. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. You push further down the path, approaching another shadow. To your horror, see Isabel stands before you. Bastien's dead and broken body lies at her feet. Bastien is dead, I am Alpha. Will you bare your throat to me? I will never bow to you. You would not remain loyal to the pack with Isabel as its Alpha. You're right. You've done nothing to earn my respect. I won't follow you. You will never be a true part of the pack. Oh, why don't you kiss my ass? Isabel disappears in a puff of smoke. You continue on the path and sense a familiar pull as Morgan appears beside you. What? Celine, what am I doing here? What is this place? Morgan, you're not an illusion? You're not the only one with a choice to make. What choice? I don't know. Invite Morgan to join you on your fishing. Diamond choice. So apparently, you gotta wonder if maybe she isn't like Wolfkin too, just kind of napping on her powers, you know? You must have some connection to the Primal magic. That's why I called you here. The Primal magic? What does that have to do with me? Listen, okay, you can join the wolf pack, protect nature, kind of keep the balance, keep Sep in order, and on weekends we can all get together and... What? Maybe that's what it's trying to show us. You must free your inner self. I'm not really sure what that means, but I'll give it a shot. Just let it guide you. As you go on, the temperature suddenly drops. You shiver as you recognize the office and figure before you. Morgan and Miss Rousset. Dad, why are you here? Savory's eyes barely flicker over Morgan with a disdainful air before returning to you. Tell me, girl, how far have you fallen? Will you keep Hunt's Peak safe, or will you feed them to the wolves? You wouldn't, would you, Celine? You sense Morgan hanging on your answer and consider carefully before you speak. I would help the pack, but not at that cost. The pack and humans both deserve to live. Pretty ideals, Miss Rousset, but when your back is against the wall, which side will you choose? I literally had my back against the wall, bullets flying at me, claws flying at me, and I still tried to negotiate peace. As Sayri disappears, your eyes open to a sacred cave. But it's not clear whether you're there for real or still dreaming. Bastien sits before you. He does not seem to notice Morgan at your side. The Alpha plays a role he's meant to play. It's your choice whether or not you will play yours. Only when you let go of earthly resentments can you free your own power. It sounds like it was telling you to forgive him. I don't want to. Maybe it's something you have to do to move on. You are drawn into his eyes, his thoughts washing over you. I should not have forced you, Celine. You cannot be forced to become what you truly are. Your vision shifts and suddenly you're inside a grand house. You recognize it, or at least the ruined version. This must have been Morgan's childhood home before the pack attacked him. You do not need this. You recognize Bernard Sayri, looking much the same as he does now, and a child who must be Morgan, trembling as Sayri rips a white cane from her hands. Smoke swirls incongruously around them. You must learn to stand on your own 2 feet. I don't want to remember this. What, remember how much of a shitty dad you had? Come on now. This will make you realize how much of a shitty daddy still is. Morgan puts her hands over her ears, just like the child in the memory. No one will help you in this life. You must help yourself. What an absolute prick. I mean, he could have said it differently, but it's kind of true. Suddenly, the young Morgan is cowering alone as the massive shadows of a primal werewolf darken the room. The werewolf sniffs her once and turns aside, leaving the child Morgan alone and in tears. I can't, Celine. I can't relive this. Morgan, have you not figured out what you are? No. I think you've known for a while, you just haven't wanted to face it. Your mommy slept with a wolf. Suddenly you're both running through the woods side by side. Through the pads of your feet, you feel a deep connection to the earth. You saw all the history before you. What stood in the spot 100 years ago, 10,000 years ago. You see the land growing, dying, changing, being reborn again and again and again, back to the dawn of time. It's all connected. This is the primal magic. Morgan flickers in a human form, and you follow suit. She pulls you close, gasping in your tears, pricking both of your eyes. I've never felt anything like this, Celine. Are you sure? It's okay, Morgan. You did so well. It's just too much. This is all too much. There'll be time for the rest later. You feel her relax beside you, letting go of the fear and doubt. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I'll always be there when you need me, Morgan. Always. You continue along the path, Morgan still at your side. But something feels different. What, are you a wolf now? You wake suddenly covered in cold sweat. Bastien is beside you, eyes shining with excitement. Celine, you made the transformation. I felt the power. I saw you. So, that wasn't a dream? It's a sign. You have the gift of the primal magic. Did you feel it? You sit up, still woozy, and Bastien eagerly assists you. I did, but are you serious? I turned into a wolf? Indeed. Can you do it again? You close your eyes, reaching for the power you touched only moments ago, but it is gone, and you feel only small, human, and hungry. I can't, I'm sorry. It will take you time for you to control it, but you can no longer doubt the gift is there. Well, I'm also taking your word for it. You are surprised to find that it's raining when you exit the cave, a cold, driving shower that leaves you shivering. Bastien supports you with an arm around your shoulder, and you lean into him gratefully, especially when the first crack of thunder sounds. Your visions were tiring. We must get back to the den before the storm hits. But ahead of you, you see that the stream is overflowing its banks, and is now swollen and clotted with debris. I don't know about you, but I am not wading through that. Come, we'll find another way. The rain pelts you with cold droplets faster and faster. Suddenly, it's a downpour. You hear an old, growing rush of water and stop to listen. Bastien, the stream's flooding. He's at your elbow in an instant. He's nearly yelling to be heard over the roar of the rain and rushing water. We have to find another way. We should get to a higher ground. He locks eyes with you and nods. You struggle through the mud on shaky legs until Bastien lifts you in his arms and carries you to safety. Not this again. This time I can at least allow it. Would you prefer to be carried away by me or the flood? He has a point. You can no longer tell where the stream has jumped its banks, or it's all one angry tumult. This isn't going to work. We'll have to find another way to the den. But as you search the horizon, you notice the flood is heading right for Morgan's research station. Good. Bastien, we have to warn her. She's asleep. She'll never hear it coming. I know how you feel about her, Bastien, but we can't just let her drown. And Thunderhoof is there too. Bastien wavers a moment, mouth pressing into a tight line before he nods and moves to help you. You race down the trail, fighting the mud as you try to get to Thunderhoof. Celine, wait! You can barely hear over the rush of water, though you're vaguely aware of Bastien shouting somewhere behind you. You grit your teeth and push forward. Hey, isn't this how we unlock abilities, right? We're kind of like Saiyans, you know? Stumble in the mud, drenched, bruised, and gasping, and bang on the research station door. Morgan, wake up! Morgan emerges sleepily from the tent, confused. Thunderhoof is tucked into the crook of her arm, sleepy-eyed and bleeding. Celine, what are you doing here? It's late! Listen, you're about to be swept away by flood, okay? You have to get out of here. I can hear it now, it's so close. The whole place will be underwater soon. You grab Morgan's hand and run. Thunderhoof scampers after you, the rain instantly drenching his fur. Suddenly, there's a loud crack as the roots of an old tree break and the tree collapses, sending a huge surge of water right at you. Ah! Celine! The water yanks you off your feet, and your hand slips from Morgan's as it drags you under. The world is chaos. With no up, down, as you tumble, pelted by debris in the muddy water. You fight to find the surface, but your lungs are bursting, your muscles failing, your vision going dark. And suddenly, a hand grabs you. You gasp mouthfuls of air as you're wrestled to safety on the far side of the stream, unable to do much more than keep your head above water. You realize slowly that you're being carried in massive furred arms. Celine! Slowly you regain your breath and see Morgan's figure standing safely out of the path of the raging water. Apparently we don't have animal talk anymore. We understand Thunderhoof. Thunderhoof is with her. You're both okay. You sigh in relief. Bastien's stride never slows as he carries you away from the flooded stream and away from Morgan. We must find shelter. Screw the blind girl, apparently. Jesus Christ, Bastien, really? After what feels like forever in the pouring rain, Bastien slows and puts you down at the base of what looks like an old fire watch station. He shifts back to human form and crushes you in a hug that nearly steals your breath. I thought you would drown. I don't know how I could live if that happened. You're surprised by the emotion in his voice, the overwhelming grief and relief that you sense from him. It's alright. We got away in time. As far as I can tell, we all made it out alive. You stroke his cheek, and he turns his face in your hand, kissing the palm as he holds your hand to his lips. He looks over you in surprise, fingertips tracing your face. You are unharmed. Not so much as a scratch on you. Glanced out at your own hands, where you fought against raging waters, and see no trace of damage done. It's because we learned wolf healing. Wow, that's handy. Another streak of lightning and thunder crackles through the sky. Let's get inside. The tower has obviously not been used for a long time, but at least it feels sturdy as you climb the steps. The door's locked. BAM! Bastien kicks in the door, revealing a dry, clean interior, if a little dusty. We can shelter here for the night and return to the den in the morning. You and Bastien stand at the edge of the lookout, seeing the expanse of green, the colors muted by the sheets of rain in all the directions. There's no towels here that I can see. He notices you shivering and wraps his arms around you. His body heat is intense as a furnace and takes the chill away. This is much better. Happy to be of service. The rain pelts the grass in thick rivulets until you are hardly see the outside world at all. Warmed by Bastien's touch, your shivering gradually eases. You sense his desire for you, not very far away, because, like always through this book, growing ever stronger when he speaks, his voice warm and rough. I've never felt this way about anyone, Celine. I want to show you. Please don't start this again. Oh, thank God the MC's in tune. It's almost impossible to have you so close and not think. I want you in my arms like this every night. I want you to know how precious you are to me. His voice suddenly catches, growing hesitant, and his hand looses on you, holding you like a bird that might have suddenly take flight. Did the Primal magic show you anything that might change your mind about us, about me? Will you let me show you tonight how much I care for you? Sleep with Bastien, and deep in the bond you share, and hear him confess his feelings for you. Oh, for the love of... When the MC literally said not this again, like we meant not this again, but god damn it, Pixelberry. Like, read the room. You can hear the echo of primal magic in your mind as you turn to meet Bastien's eyes, the heat of your anger subsiding. Let go of earthly resentments. Listen, the fact that he forced himself upon me numerous times as well as kidnapped me, no, it will not be forgotten. Realizing that you're holding your breath, you release it in a sigh, letting go of your resistance, fear, and allowing yourself to bask in the warm glow of Bastien's feelings. Alright then, show me. Bastine pulls you tight against him, both of you still soaking wet and streaked with mud. Your blood surges with desire, driving you towards him, while adrenaline still rushes through you in the aftermath of your near escape. I always lived for the pack, but somehow, Celine, you have become more important to me than the pack. You can tell this rattles him. Is that not how the bond is supposed to work? No, perhaps Jed is right, perhaps you have made me soft, but tonight I realized I would never give up the way I feel, not even for the pack. Bastine, you shouldn't put me ahead of your duty. The pack relies on you. His head shakes in silent wonderment. Exactly what I've been telling myself, but that doesn't change how I feel. My father was alpha before me. He never let me forget the position was mine to lose. Still, he expected me to take his place when the time came. You did become alpha? He always said the pack would accept me if I was worthy, but any sign of weakness, and I would lose everything. That's a lot of responsibility. It must have been a heavy burden to carry, especially when you were a kid. I never minded it. I looked forward to the day I would prove myself worthy of protecting my family. But it never stops, does it? There's never a time you can say you're done enough? No. I prepared for this role my entire life. It is all I know. Do you understand? I kinda do. I really do. You nod. I always thought I would be... We actually don't know shit about the MC, let's be real. I always thought I'd be like a game designer, right? Where I had to do what Bastine does. I'll go with something important. A doctor. I always wanted to help people. You would make a fine healer. You could do much good for the pack or the people of the Hunt's Peak. It was all I dreamed about since I was a kid. It's strange to think of giving it up. I wouldn't ask you to give up what you love, what you are, and yet I would, for you. Then thunder booms above you, and you jump. Bastine holds you close. You press a kiss to the side of your head, and his lips are warm and tender. Alright, fine, I'll give him a goddamn kiss. You turn your head to catch his lips, and in a kiss he returns with equal passion. You are safe now. Do not be frightened. Lean, what do you see your future being now? Did your time with the Primal magic change anything? Can you picture making a life here? I'm not quite sure. Everything is so complicated. I need more time. I understand. I can be patient, but Celine, even if I were to lose you, you'll change me forever. I love you, Celine, more than I ever loved any another. It is not simply the bond or your connection to the Primal magic. I love you. I'm about to think about this one. Just shut up and kiss me. He grins at you, feral and reckless, and sweeps you into his arms. As you command. He gazes at you fiercely, urgently, as you both desperately need. Your mouth opens up, tendrous, welcoming his tongue, even as he pulls away to press a pulling, sucking bite against your neck. Oh. You shudder against him. His mouth and hands feel like they are everywhere at once, choking, kissing, consuming you. I love you, Celine. Without that, I cannot imagine how I lived before. You're my everything to me. My purpose, my world. He lifts you, wrapping your legs around him without breaking contact with your lips. He presses your back against a window as you work to free each other from your soaked clothes. You are everything I never knew I wanted. Is that right? As though to approve it, his hands shape your breast roughly, his mouth burning a path down your collarbone. You wriggle in his grasp, pinned and aching for more. I want to touch you. He smiles at you, a glint in his eye. He bends down to lather affection over your neck, each brush of his lips sending sparks shooting through your body. I like you where you are. Trapped beneath his hands and the window, you have no choice but to submit to his ministrations as his hand slips. Bastine, please. The bond magnifies the need, fanning the flames between you, driving you crazy with desire. He wastes no time at all. You spent a passionate night with him, let's put it that way. He groans your name, teeth nipping at your shoulders. He joins you in ecstasy. You sink to the floor with him, and wrapped securely in his arms, you fall into a deep sleep, listening to the rain pelt the windows. Listen, I just said kiss me, not literally do me, okay? The next morning dawns bright and clear, and you're awakened by shouts from below. Groggily, you pull your clothes back on, join Bastine, who is already awake and dressed at the window. What's going on? We have company. As the fog in your mind clears, you realize you already know who found you. I know you're up there, Bastine. Let Celine go. Oh, for the love of Christ, you both are just obsessed with me. When Morgan and Bastine finally come to blows, what startling truths will emerge, and what will they mean for the future of the pack? Find out next time. Ugh. Without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down to the description below, links to social media, Discord, if you'd like to support me and my content. Hopefully you happen to have happy holidays up ahead. And, me not so much, but I digress. I'm wishing you all the best. Oh, today's a rough day for me. I'm tired, I'm sick, and I digress. But I thought I would get this out for those of you who actually want it. And, yeah, without further ado, catch y'all later. Peace.